Hello, my name is Miss N. Welcome to Miss N's classroom. Happy Flag Day. Every week, my family and I receive the Community Reporter, which is the local newspaper. The paper tells the community about different events that have been taking place and keeps us up to date with news in the area. Our Community Reporter, for instance, focuses on news that happens in Marlborough, Manalapan, and Englishtown. This paper is free and is dated today, Thursday, June 14th, 2012. There are times where I do find an article that is of interest and I will read it. Sometimes the articles do apply to Miss N's classroom, so I have decided to share them with you, such as this one on today's cover. The cover article of today's issue is called Kids Practice Reading to Gentle Furry Audience by Debbie Murrah. Neptune, New Jersey's public library has a special therapy program for children where children read books to specially trained dogs. The program is meant to help children learn how to read without being judged. After reading this article, I found that although there are many pros, there are also cons. I did find it interesting because it says on the cover that there was a 4-year-old boy who read a book to Moses, a 7-year-old dog, a book called Great White Shark. Because these dogs are trained to be read stories to, children automatically assume that these dogs are eager to listen to them read, and since the dogs are trained to listen to children read to them, they will actually sit with the child calmly and the children will pet them. The children believe that these dogs are genuinely interested in their storytelling. Moses is a golden doodle therapy dog who attends the Neptune Public Library on one Thursday evening per month, as well as up to 3 other trained dogs. Children's librarian Cheryl Otten stated that when children read to a dog, they never have to worry about being judged. If they stumble over a few words, the dog doesn't care. There's no one saying, "Oh, you are doing it wrong." It really builds confidence. They can read any book they want, bring one from home, or get one at the library. They just sit there reading and they like to pet the dog. And went on. The program lasts an hour each night. Many of the librarians believe that this program is beneficial to young children because it gives them a chance to read without being criticized for misreading words. However, I found that although it is nice that the children get a chance to read without being judged and corrected with a literacy and education background, from a teacher's standpoint, although it may build confidence for these children, I do believe strongly that it also can hinder the child's fluency and reading comprehension because the child may not learn certain words, and if they keep reading the words incorrectly over and over again, the child may never learn how to read the words correctly. Debbie Murrah stated in the article that all of the dogs that participate in the program are trained therapy dogs who have attended classes with their owners and have been certified as therapy dogs through the Furry Angels Therapy Dogs Group of Freehold, which works with the nonprofit organization Bright and Beautiful Therapy Dogs of Morris Plains. The therapy dog program affords pet owners a unique opportunity to do community service while spending time with their animals. The pet owner teams visit hospitals, nursing homes, schools, and other community organizations. Moses, the 7-year-old dog that usually the children read to, has been a therapy dog for 5 years, said Sue Feldman of Ocean Township. Feldman believes that Moses makes a huge difference in the lives of those he meets, and she's often seen individuals who seem sad or depressed cheer up or smile when Moses stops by. I'm assuming that Feldman is Moses's owner. Sue Feldman argued that one way she realized that Moses would be a good therapy dog is that, quote unquote, if you have food in a room with people, he is more interested in the people. I do agree that it is good that Moses is more attentive to the people and not so much his food, but at the same time, like I said before, as a person with an educational background and a specialization in literacy, language arts, and reading, I wondered while reading this article, how will the children learn if they are not corrected while reading? Because no matter how confident you are, if you do something incorrectly, repetitively, then you'll never learn that you've made mistakes. In order to learn from mistakes, somehow someone needs to give you guidance. There's nothing wrong with having a child read to you, or even if maybe it makes the children feel more comfortable that there are dogs around listening to them. I don't mind that the children are reading to the dogs to practice reading, and even said in the article that the children often read the books before they come into the library to read to the dog. But if the child is reading the story by themselves or without a parent or guardian or somebody at home correcting them on their reading, then when they go to read a book to the dog, and the dog obviously isn't going to say, if the child reads the word them and they confuse it with the word then or than and then, they might always think that either of those words are the other one. And if no one corrects them while they are reading, they will be conditioned to think that one word is the other or vice versa. I know from experience, when I substituted for teachers, I had students read stories or chapters of books aloud in class. There were times when students would either stop and hesitate about reading a word that they were not sure about and expected me to give them the answer, or they would misread something. The student was willing for me to lend them a hand by saying, especially if it's a bigger word or a more advanced word, I would read the word to them and then they would be like, oh. And sometimes they would thank me. But I don't think that it would burden a child's confidence if you were to correct them when they are reading, especially if they're picking a book that is close to their reading level. I do not recommend a 4-year-old, unless he or she is an advanced reader, to pick up a book to read that a 5th grader would be reading. It would not make sense. So as a parent, guardian, or teacher, somebody that this child normally interacts with, even the librarian needs to direct the child to a book that is more suitable for his or her reading level. It does not mean you need to introduce them to books that the child is not interested in at all, like the topic. If the child is reading for fun, the librarian or whoever needs to sit down with the child, talk to them and ask, what do you like to read? What are you interested in? What are your hobbies? Ask the child what he or she would like to learn about. Maybe point them towards a more educational book. There are so many options you could do. I think that the idea of this dog therapy program is a good idea, but I do not believe that the child should be alone with the dog. There should be an adult present or a mentor, somebody there to guide the child while reading. If this continues, I don't think that it would help the child in the long run. It would actually make things harder for him or her in school. That's just my take on it. I even spoke to a good friend of mine who also has an English education background, and she actually went to school and earned her Bachelor of Arts degree in English and Special Education and is currently a paraprofessional. She told me that she doesn't agree with this article either. There are good points about the dog therapy program. The bad ones outweigh the good. I don't know what you think. I thought it would be a great topic to bring up in Miss N's classroom. I'm interested in your feedback. If you disagree with me, please do so. I would really like to hear your argument. Leave me a comment or email me at missensclassroom@gmail.com or anywhere else that you know how to contact me. I am open to other perspectives on this. Thank you again for tuning in to Miss N's Classroom. I look forward to sharing more news, information, stories, and cooking with you, as well as other things that interest me that I hope that you also share an interest in. See you soon. Good night. Bye.